Good afternoon. Certainly was a fun day for us. Really happy for our players. An important win for our team. Certainly, and just really happy for our staff, for our entire group of players. I think you guys did a great job getting ready, and just happy with the outcome. Needless to say, I said last week that was the best we played, and then today I think certainly we took another step forward. So happy about that, and our goal remains just to get a little bit better each and every week. Coming into the game, I thought the guys were really focused. Anytime we go on the road, it's a little bit different than being at home, certainly. So I thought they had great focus. I thought they played tough and competed, and really played with great energy for the entire 60 minutes. So happy that we were able to control the game in basically all three phases. Happy about that, certainly. Offensively, got off to a little bit of a bumpy start initially, but the guys came through. Had good run-pass balance, which is best for us, obviously. I thought Spencer did a really good job distributing the ball around, and good to see some runs after catch too. That always helps. And some good passes, both tight ends, certainly Nico, and then to make yardage after catching the ball, that's a good thing certainly. So happy about that. Defensively, just can't say enough. It was a really good game for our guys defensively against a really explosive, dangerous offensive football team. Thought our guys were wired in pretty good. Come up with a couple turnovers, that was big. Gave up, I think, one big play, and then, told anybody to a field goal. That's a good day's work. And then on special teams, you think about the conditions. You worry about every phase, and really start with one of the best things we do. Nothing to really hurt ourselves, and as a starting point, then we did some good things on top there too. So good to see, and overall good team win for us. Very positive step, and really for us right now it's a 19-game season, 3 to go, 19-day season, excuse me. So our focus stays the same. I want our guys to enjoy this one, look at it on tape tomorrow, and then we'll go back to work and see if we can't keep improving. But I'm just happy with the growth, and really obviously happy with the outcome of the game.
Why?
I feel like we're in the desert somewhere, Middle East.
Did you have a plan for the win? I mean, did you talk a lot of strategy about the win coming in, and then find it ironically you scored all 24 points going into the win?
Yeah, that's one thing I skipped over. I apologize, but I think it's one of the just in general terms. You got to be knowledgeable of the win. You got to be cognizant of it. That you can't be preoccupied with it. And so thought our guys were smart that way. We knew when they had it, played well on defense when they had the wind in their backs. And then offensively, I would not have predicted all of our points would have come into it, but really happy they did. Just, again, it's just I think that some of that's mental toughness. Our guys just didn't let it bother them.
What's been the reason for the change back-to-back weeks now with really solid offensive performances?
I think we've all talked about it. It starts up front. We just the last 2 weeks now, you got to see the tape to really know how we did. At least, there was, I don't want to say we controlled the line of scrimmage, but I think we did some good things up there. And the exciting thing for me is I know we can get better because we're so young up there, and got a couple guys that have played, but every guy up there is capable of getting better. But you just kind of feel, I'm sure you feel the same thing when there is a little bit of, quarterbacks feel it, the backs feel it, the receivers feel it, and as a result of it, just having guys being able to hold the line a little bit.
Was it strategy to get Caleb Johnson kind of your number one back, or is that because they were getting anybody dinged up and then ultimately 200 yards?
We had a couple guys pretty limited in practice last week, and they made it for the game. But we were a little bit depleted during the course of the week, and Caleb was not, fortunately. So, just happy for him, and said it all along. He's a great young guy. He's got a great personality, great to work with, great attitude. He still doesn't, he's still figuring it out as a back, but did pretty good today for not. He's doing sometimes, but a lot of really positive things that are really exciting.
How does this skill set really fit with what you want to do offensively?
I mean, we'll make things work for whoever's back there if they're a good back, but he just seems to really have a good feel. Hits the hole hard, and then finished some runs off today. It was great to see him finish that one today. I can't remember the last time we had one like that, so it was really good to see.
Historically, looking back, is there a running back that he kind of reminds you of?
Not off the top of my head. He's a little different. He's a little taller and bigger, but he's doing a really good job.
You talked about not getting preoccupied with the win. How do you deal with your quarterback? What do you tell him, and what did he do to excel in the win?
I think, both the quarterback and DBs obviously have to be really cognizant because, you throw the ball into it, it can get hung up. And so part of that's play calling too, just being smart about what you're trying to do when you're going into a stiff win. Spencer's got a pretty strong arm, so that helps minimize some of the impact that it has. But, you still just have to understand that the wind is the wind. You got to be smart about that, just like a DB does when they got it to their back. So just make a mental calculation, and you got to be knowledgeable all game long. But you can't be preoccupied with it or say, geez, we're going to the win, we can't move it back.
When you look at playing a prolific offense like they have, and the way the defense was able to kind of marry the, I'm sure, Phil's strategy with performance against a high prolific offense. I mean, how does this, I don't know about rank, but I mean, how impressive is it that they're able to hold this team to 3 points?
I was really impressed with the way our defense played. I'm sure as hell I'd stand here and say saw that one coming because these guys move the ball really well. So I think a big key of it to me was the run never got out of control. We were able to, because they do run the football. I know they've got a passing reputation. They run it and have run it successfully. And when they can do that, boy, it just makes it really that much harder to defend them. So we never let that get out of hand. And then I thought, I keep using that word team, but it's really how we play. All three areas going together. And then same thing on defense, good mix of, we had good coverage. I think one of our first pressures were sacks, good coverage. The guys up front kept digging, they were able to get there. And then later on, you got guys busting free, and that takes pressure off the coverage. But it's just good complementary football. And it's really a team effort. We got good leadership and good veterans. And, those guys have a really hungry attitude. They practice well, and then they carry it over to the game field.
You don't know.
Yeah, you hope it's going to happen that way, but there's no guarantees.
Sorry for interrupting.
No.
You don't know what the final story of this team is going to be, obviously, but it's changed wildly this season. Why has it changed wildly?
I think we're maturing a little bit. We're pretty good on defense early, and did some really good things on special teams early. And our problems are well documented, more than well rehashed probably. But our only choice is to keep working, as I've been saying each and every Saturday and every Tuesday. And that's really all I know in sports or life. You go back to the drawing board and make sure you got the right people working, and then hopefully give them a good plan, and then we work. And there's no way to predict these last 2 weeks would have come out the way they did, but they did. I think it's the result of our guys staying focused and working on the right things, and believing in each other too. And that's a big component. As we said 2 weeks ago, I think I got asked in this conference about can't get anybody on the defense to say something bad about the offense. These guys believe in each other, they care about each other. So
what were your
it's a fun part about being on the team. Part of the team.
What were your thoughts on Charlie Jones?
He played a good game. Yeah, he's a good player. Same as they were yesterday. Good player.
Kirk, what about the offensive line? And was it as simple as Colby just moving in guard and Plum? Why is this clicked all of a sudden?
I wish I could tell you it was an easy answer, but it's just and we're not out of the woods. Let's just go on record saying that. But just keep looking at things, talking about things, and we're doing it all week long, not just on Saturdays or Sundays. So you try this, you try that. And again, we're not there yet, but at least I think we've settled things a little bit. And, Jack stepped up. Seems like he's been doing a really good job. And just we got 6, 7 guys right now that are all contributing, doing a good job. And hopefully we get 7 or 8 as we move forward. But it's the day at a time, but a lot of it happens during the week. The guys practicing, paying attention to film, and taking pride in what they do. Taking ownership and trying to move it forward. You can only move it so fast, but it's a real credit to our players. It's the kind of guys we get to work with every day.
You talk about mental fortitude with this team. I mean, in the spring and summer, you really like the character built up this program. To go through what they've gone through, whether it's outside noise or adversity on the field, and to come through and play like this what does it say about the camaraderie of this group?
Yeah, man, that's what you're trying to build with the team. And, so you got an idea. Coaches all have ideas of what it all look like, what you want it to look like. But the players make it go. And so we got enough quality guys in our program, enough older guys, that they're helping the younger guys understand. Because the older guys have been through hard times. Jack Campbell's been through some hard times. In football, he's been through some hard times in life too. So that helps those younger guys. And then a guy like Caleb doesn't know what the hell's going on anyway. Quite frankly, I mean, I know he's disappointed with loss, but so you got those different groups. But that's where the player leadership is so important. Just to let the younger guys know that, hey, we'll get through this. We'll look through it, one foot in front of the other, and keep pushing. And that's the best part about sports. That's what's going to really serve them well when they're adults. Right now, they're just playing a kid's game.
From an injury standpoint, no Brecht, and then saw Bruce left but came back,
Yep.
Lee left but came back, and then Fisher left. I didn't see if he came back. What's their statuses?
The guys that were here, I think, are going to be okay, and hopefully Brody can go next week. We'll see. Thought he had a chance this week, just couldn't make it, so we'll let him know.
Did this Santa Corona touchdown in the first half? I mean, a guy who's got that many receptions to finally score, that must have felt pretty good.
Yeah, so I just mentioned Campbell, and I'll say the same thing about Sam. This guy, all he's done for 4 years is play football. And he's got a great attitude every day. He's just so positive and competes as hard as anybody on the field out there. And it's been that way since he showed up. So we just don't have as many guys like that offensively. But, yeah, what a football player. And happy to see him get in the end zone. That's great.
Can you believe he can pass? He might pass Marv. He's already passed him on receptions, but maybe in yards. I mean, is that when you think back to Marv?
Marv was, I think, pretty sure he's an All-American, right? I mean, so that's pretty good. And Marv's a great story in himself, and then, was an All-Pro with the Patriots. So that's pretty good company to be keeping, that's for sure. So happy for Sam and happy for Marv, obviously.
Thanks,
Thank you.